In June 2025, archaeologists announced a sensational discovery in eastern Poland. In the city of Chełm, located approximately 60 kilometers east of Lublin, hundreds of ornate, glazed ceramic fragments dating back to the early 18th century were found beneath the wooden floors of a 17th-century Basilian monastery, adjacent to the Nativity Basilica. These are not merely old ceramic shards. They are tiles from a heating stove, bearing coats of arms, initials, and symbols. This discovery offers a unique glimpse into monastic life, religious art, and Polish cultural history. In this presentation, we will journey from the discovery itself to the broader meanings these fragments convey, uncovering the stories they tell about craftsmanship, faith, and identity. The history of the Nativity Basilica in Chełm dates back to the 13th century. Over the centuries, it was used by various denominations: Eastern Orthodox, Ruthenian Uniate, and currently, the Roman Catholic Church. Beside it stands the 17th-century Basilian Monastery, home to Greek Catholic monks who followed the rule of Saint Basil. The Basilians were an Eastern monastic order that blended Orthodox liturgical practices with Catholic faith. Emerging after the Union of Brest in 1596, they helped turn Chełm into a center of cultural and religious interaction during the 17th and 18th centuries. In the cold climate of Eastern Europe, ceramic tiled stoves were widespread by the 18th century, in monasteries, churches, and noble residences. These tiles were not only functional but also decorative and symbolic. Often custom-made, they featured heraldic symbols, ornate patterns, and religious imagery. Excavations were carried out on the upper floor of the monastery. When the wooden flooring was removed, layers of fill and structural material were revealed. Amid rubble, soil, and debris, hundreds of ceramic stove tile fragments were found, remarkably well preserved. These tiles are estimated to date between 1711 and 1730, shortly after the episcopate of Józef Lewicki in Chełm. Glazed in green and brown, the pieces display clearly defined coats of arms, inscriptions, and initials. The Regional Monument Protection Office in Lublin described the find as unique and sensational. One sample tile measures roughly 25.5 by 25 centimeters in surface area and about 9.5 centimeters deep. Another measures 24.5 centimeters in side length and approximately 8 centimeters in height. These dimensions suggest that the tiles were produced for a multi-chambered stove system. Some tiles feature titles and the coat of arms of a bishop. Others bear the initials of Józef Lewicki, former prior of the monastery and later its bishop. Specialist teams are cataloging, cleaning, and reconstructing complete tiles from the fragments. The glazing techniques, colors, heraldic symbols, and inscriptions are being thoroughly documented. Researchers aim to understand 18th-century heating systems in monastic life, analyze artisanal techniques, decode symbolic meanings, and place these tiles within the broader tradition of Eastern European ceramic stove culture of that period. The tiles reflect a formative period in the development of Greek Catholic identity. Their coats of arms symbolize religious authority, while the initials link the tiles directly to historical figures. The Basilian tiles are just one of several notable archaeological discoveries in Poland in the year 2025. In March, a medieval weapon was found near the Baltic coast by a passerby, and a 500-year-old ring was unearthed at Wawel Royal Castle in Krakow. Together, these finds highlight Poland's rich cultural heritage across the ages. Such discoveries raise public interest, encourage cultural tourism, and enhance support for preservation efforts. Hundreds of interlocking tiles, bearing initials and heraldic emblems, are rarely found in such quantity and condition. Thanks to the inscriptions and historical dating, researchers can accurately link the fragments to specific people and time periods, deepening their historical significance. These tiles are more than artifacts, they are narrative tools, offering insight into everyday life, religious ritual, art, and craftsmanship. Having been preserved beneath the wooden flooring, their glazed surfaces and relief patterns have remained largely intact. Experts are reconstructing the tiles, stabilizing their glazed surfaces, filling in missing sections, and preparing them for exhibition. Academic publications are being developed on monastery stove architecture, heraldic symbolism, and 18th-century Polish ceramic artistry. Once conservation is complete, the tiles may be exhibited in regional museums. On-site guided tours, informative brochures, and interactive exhibitions are being planned to engage the public. Heating had not only a physical function but also a spiritual one, creating an atmosphere for contemplation during cold monastic days. These tiles document artisanal skill and the institutional relationship between the monastery, the workshop, and the bishop. Chełm's Orthodox, Uniate, and Catholic past lies preserved beneath the monastery floor, layered and silent until now. A community little known in modern Poland is being brought back into view through archaeology. This discovery in Chełm is not just about repairing history but reviving it. These intricately decorated stove tiles, hidden for centuries, carry forward the physical, cultural, and spiritual warmth of monastic life. Blending art and archaeology, faith and function, spirituality and authority, these finds invite us to reflect on daily life in an 18th-century Greek Catholic monastery, and to consider how material culture can carry meanings across centuries. As research progresses, these tiles will reveal much about the people, the places, and the purposes they once served. Sometimes, history truly lies beneath our feet, waiting for patient hands to uncover it. Thank you for joining this journey. May the fire of your scholarly curiosity continue to burn warmly within.